So you played the Sunshine Girls 4 times, obviously, in 2010. They're going to be putting out a stronger team and they'll have the home crowd advantage. What are you expecting from them next week as opponents?
Well, I'd hope we'd expect that they're running 15, that they actually play their 15. They've asked to have 15 players and they'll name a 12 before every test match. And I think that's healthy for us because, you know, just like every other team, if you get an injury during the year, you've got to replace. So we might get a chance to look at what their replacements are that we may not have known them. If, let's say, Romelda Aiken did break a leg, who would they bring in? So if that player's there and she turns up at the World Champs, well, at least we'll have had a look at her. And I think it's very healthy to always do your homework on your opposition. Otherwise, I did see in the experience of past coaching where a team didn't rank Jamaica, but they finished up playing Australia off in the Under-21 World Championship. We won, but the team that thought they'd get there had no idea that Jamaica had a 6'7" shooter.
So obviously you mentioned looking at other players as well, and obviously Romelda is the obvious one, but will there be other particular players that you're watching out for next week?
Oh yeah, like Althea Byfield, I thought, you know, she's a player that can be absolutely brilliant, and she gets a little bit patchy, I think, in her execution on court. It's not consistent, but when it's there, she can be very damaging, and I think her combination now with Romelda Aiken's sister, who's at goal defence, like, I think it's becoming a fairly formidable backline. So, you know, they'd be the ones I'd be very interested in seeing how they're improving. The only issue I'd have is I'm not sure whether Althea is completing this 3-test series. I know she got a shoulder injury and I thought she was getting operated on before, and that's why she's not playing ANZ in New Zealand. But they're the things I'm going to find out. So they're the things I'll know where I'm going to sit and what depth I'll have by the time we get to World Champs.
So how do you think the Jamaican tour will help you prepare for the World Netball Championships?
Well, as I said, it's going to give an opportunity to 3 players who are in contention. Now we'll actually see them on the Jamaican flair. And I was very interested in the comment from Laura Geitz when we sat down and had our interview with her during the camp, that she said, you know, you think you're going out and you're playing Trinidad or you're playing Malawi and they're ranked so much lower than you, but when you get out there you realise, my God, these players are damn hard. She was talking about just working off the body. She couldn't get around the player. They held her up so well. She said, I wasn't actually expecting that. And so if she doesn't get that experience, it's a little bit of a shock when you get to a World Championship and you've never played on it. So for Beveridge and Maddie Brown and Amy Steele, although they had a touch of Jamaica throughout this year, 2010 series, Jamaica weren't at their best. They'll see a different team and they'll be up against a different standard. So I think it's really good for them, and it'll certainly let the selectors see whether we're on the right track that they could penetrate in and maybe take a position.